I am making this video because I just recently purchased the Steven Slate Everything package. If you just go to Slate Digital, I think I spelled digital wrong. No, I didn't. SlateDigital.com. They have this thing called the Everything Bundle, and it's for 150 bucks right now. It's on sale. You can get all of their plugins. Basically, that's super cheap for all of these plugins. Everything from a delay repeater to the S gear, which is a bunch of different amps, to compressors, to British EQs, and just a bunch of stuff. You can get all of their plugins for just 150 bucks a year, which is a great deal if you do a lot of mixing, you do a lot of editing, you do a lot of recording like I do. Um, it's a pretty sweet rockin' deal. So I wanted to show you real quick a drum mix that I have set up, and I want to show you how I'm using Slate, what I'm using with Slate, and yeah, kind of talk you through a little bit of that process of how I'm editing my stuff. Let me turn my do not disturb on. Um, how I'm editing my stuff with Slate. And so yeah, let's get started. I am in the mixer section of Logic. My Logic file is actually on another screen, but this is where I'm gonna work off of, and what I'm gonna show you guys kind of how I'm doing. Um, so let's just start with the overheads. So I'm running identical overheads. They're both the same. It's the same microphone. They're both AKG 414s. They're running, and the only plugin I have on it right now is this virtual tape machine, which you'll see I'm running virtual tape through just about all of my drum channels. The reason why is I love that warm tape sound. The Slate tape machine running at 2-inch at 30 IPS and running at like the normal bias, and the output just peaked pretty high and the input kind of low. I feel like I get a really warm sound out of my microphones, and I get a really warm sound out of my speakers, and in the end I just get a really good drum sound. So I run a lot of tape. As you can see, all of these on the top are all virtual tape machines. For all of my microphone inputs. We'll get over here in a little bit. These are my buses. But the yeah, so they're both the overheads are just running virtual tape, and then they're bus to channel 1. So this is my channel 1 bus over here, and in here I'm running. Let's see if we can show you this. In here I'm running the VCC channel, and then I'm running the custom series equalizer. I'm just kind of boosting a little bit at 10K, boosting a little bit at 4K, boosting a little bit at 400, and then boosting quite a bit to get some of that bass sound at 60. The low pass filter and the high pass filter are both set to off, and there's no output gain boost set to my custom equalizer. The virtual channel, I'm running all pretty much Brit 4KE, which in my opinion is like some of the best sounding. It's one of the best sounding plugins I think that comes with this Slate, especially for drums. I think that Brit 4KE just sounds the best. So this is the on my my mix bus. So both of my overheads go to this mix bus and go through this, and then that goes through my stereo out. Now, moving on to my snare. I have my snare top and my bottom. We'll start with my snare top. I'm running virtual tape again, 2-inch. It's pretty much the same thing. And then I'm going, let's zoom this back from up there, bring it back down here. I'm running that virtual channel again on the Brit 4KE. And then I'm running the FGN EQ. That is another really great sounding EQ, like a British sounding EQ. And then I'm running this FJ401 compressor, which is set pretty slow on the attack, but pretty fast on the release. I'm running a 4-to-1 ratio, and I think 4-to-1 ratio, yeah. And I'm kind of at around a 25, between 20 and 25 on the threshold, negative 20 to 25 on the threshold. And then same thing, virtual tape on the snare bottom mic. On the snare bottom on my my mix rack, I'm running that virtual channel again on the Brit 4KE. Input and output are both set to 0 again. I'm boosting a little bit at 12K. Well, quite a bit at 12K, honestly. And then at 4K, I'm boosting just a tiny bit. Nothing at in the low mids. And then in the low frequency, I'm boosting a ton in that 100 range. And then my high pass and my low pass filter are both set to off. And my output is set to 0. And then I have this Blue Edition compressor set to 4-to-1. My attack and my release, my attack's set to the lowest it can, and then my release is set to the fastest it can. I'm boosting a little bit on the output and the input, and it's set to my mix at 100%. So it's 100% of the mix. So yeah, that's that. And then my toms. My toms are actually the only one that in this channel chain I'm running a non-Slate plugin. I'm actually running an adaptive limiter just because my toms were just way too loud and I needed to limit them quite a bit. And this was just something that I did really quick on the fly. Again, I'm running tape. Same stuff. For the mix rack, I'm running the virtual channel on the 4KE. The FGN equalizer, and then this Revival plugin, which I think just adds a lot of warmth and depth to toms, high toms or low toms, no matter what toms you're using. I'll play the mix for you, everything on, and then I'll bypass. I'll play, and then I'll bypass everything in a second, and you'll be able to hear it. So yeah, same thing for the low toms. Just kind of boosting a little bit more on the low end for this low tom on the FGN equalizer. And then the hi-hats, tape again, and then I've just got the virtual channel. I'm boosting a ton on the high, and then pretty much nothing other than that. And after that high frequency range, I'm not boosting very much. That high pass filter is set just past 250. It's about 261, and the low pass is turned off. And then my kick out, also running virtual tape, 2-inch, the same stuff. But the virtual mix rack, I'm just running the virtual channel and the FGN British EQ. I'm actually boosting quite a bit on this high end, just to kind of get some. This is my kick out, so I wanted to get a little bit more punch out of it. So I wanted to get a little bit more of that high end, and I'm also boosting a little bit of the low end. My kick in, let's see if we can find that right here. Let me bring that down. Let's see if we can squeeze this out, because this one had a little bit more. There we go. Well, this is running the virtual channel, the FGN equalizer, which is just boosting pretty much the same stuff. It's cutting out some mids, about 0.36, and then I have this compressor that's set to 4-to-1 with attack pretty high and the release pretty. I'm sorry, the attack pretty low and the release pretty high. And it's only running about 50%, about 49. We'll actually bump that up to 50, just so it's even. Running 50% in the mix, and my input is pretty low. My output is pretty high. And then let's see if I can actually get this. I'm running one more. Let me switch them around so you can see them. I'm running one more equalizer, and this one is not doing a whole lot. It's just boosting a little tiny bit in the 12K regions, and that's about it for that. The custom equalizer is honestly like one of my favorites for just boosting little things, because it just helps a little bit punch out your mix. So yeah, those are my kicks. These buses, this is my overhead bus, like I said. I already showed you the virtual mix rack. And then this last one is my snare tom reverb mix. And this one has my, so all my snares and my snare top and bottom mic and both my tom mics are going into this bus channel 2, which is coming in here. And then this virtual, or this verb suite by Slate is running through it, and it just gives it a lot of depth and makes it sound like your drums are being recorded in a really big room, like a really big studio live room. And I love that sound. It works well with the tape. On my outputs, I'm running this equalizer, the FGS, the FGN, which I'm just not really boosting a whole lot, actually. This one's not even doing anything. I think I should probably get rid of that one. But and then this virtual mix bus is just running a little bit. Let me make sure I don't have anything else in there. Nope, that one's good. And then I have a de-esser going that's just set for mastering, so I kind of gets a good final sound. And then this VBC FG Red, which is a good kind of final thing to put on your output mixes to get a good sound. I will now, let's select all of this and turn all these guys off, except for these two adaptive limiters. We'll leave these on. These are just stock Logic plugins, so they're nothing too special. So we will play. Let's find a good spot. As you can see, when I kind of bypassed it and I added some, after I canceled the bypass and I added all the plugins in, it not only took the volume down, but it gave it just some more depth. It didn't sound as much like in your face, like a sloppy mess, as much as it gave it like some depth and some color, and you were able to see kind of some fine details of the mix. And a lot of that has to do with these virtual mix racks. The warmth kind of comes from this tape, all the tape that I'm running, and kind of that big open sound that's coming out of my snare and toms is coming out of this Verb Suite Slate plugin that is bussed from my snares and my toms. So yeah, I'll give you one more listen to it. Sweet. Well, thanks for watching this, guys. I hope you got something out of it. If you have any questions, hit me up on my email at zach.lolly@gmail.com. Visit my website, zlolly.com, or just leave a comment in the comment section below this video. Thanks, guys. I will see you later.